Hmm?
which is good. You look the same from years ago,
I
which is good.
have aged.
Yeah, doesn't show that much. Everybody has aged.
Hmm?
Time has gone by for everybody. Mandukya means frog, right? Mandukya Upanishad.
Manduka. Yes.
Manduka is frog.
Now the Rishi's name also Manduka.
Oh, okay.
Manduka Rishi.
Okay. I see.
Working?
I've asked
But this I
Vasudha.
don't know how to.
Yeah, called Aruna. Think she forgot class at
Oh.
school is off, so
Ah.
yeah, schedule is off. அது என்ன பண்ணாங்க அன்னைக்கு Zoom Vasva connect
I don't
பண்ணாங்களா?
know how she logged in.
Okay, I'll ask her again.
Because this is Hegade's
Oh, okay.
password.
Okay. Nice weather today. So pleasant, right? I know. June end, it's kind of very pleasant in June.
She also speak Kannada.
Ah, Kannada ಬರ್ತಾ. I'm a Kannadiga. ಹೌದಾ ಸೇಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್ now we'll be living on the same street. New Jersey is crazy. The other day I bumped into somebody in the Indian store and he was struggling to find some things and I helped him. He said, where are you from? Finally he asked me. I said, Bangalore, Malleshwaram. He said, I'm also from Malleshwaram. Crazy. It's on the same area. Unbelievable. This
Hmm.
happens only in New Jersey. Don't tell me. Look at this. வாசுவாவை ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ண சொன்னா
Hmm?
மீட்டிங் வாசுவாவை ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ண சொன்னா மீட்டிங் so you can join now. I'll call Vasu. I'm from 18th Cross, Malaysia. Believe it or not. 6th May between 17th and 18th Cross. Unbelievable.
But to
Live
o-
stream is working for me.
but to open this you need password, na? Let her come. How long she will take?
She must be leaving now. Meanwhile, I've asked her from live stream is working.
Huh?
Live stream is working.
Ah.
You can the device get an password.
Hmm?
Start பண்ணுறேன் password.
I know, but I have to open this computer, na?
No, because number.
This is says Hegde. Admin, CMTC, Raghavendra, all these people. Can use both, or Hegde can use somebody else also.
இதுக்கு கம்ப்யூட்டர் பாஸ்வேர்ட் சொல்லுங்க அட்லீஸ்ட். ஓகே
Hegde தான்.
யா அண்டர்ஸ்கோர். ஓகே ஓகே டேக் இட்.
GV Hegde.
அண்டர்ஸ்கோர் ஹெக்டே. அது வேண்டாம். ஜஸ்ட் க்ளோஸ் தட். Then the zoom here.
ரொம்ப ஸ்லோ அது.
Join.
Recording in progress.
யாரும் ஜாயின் ஆகலை.
Yeah, யாரும் join ஆகல. Maybe they will. Online
What is
பார்த்துட்டு
it?
இருக்கா உமா
Reclaim host.
No, because you joined as a participant.
வந்திருக்க.
Yeah. No, I think Vasava is the other one. Okay. Yeah, Nina is here. Okay.
Well, but why need to?
I think this is Vasava in your account.
Okay.
இது unmute பண்ணிடலாம். இது unmute பண்ணி. Yeah.
All right, we start. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Janakalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahmavidvaram Manojavam Marudhatulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanarayutamukhyam Sriramadutam Sirasa Namami Santoshini Jaganmata Mama Saubhagyavriddhaye Namaskaromi Bhaktya Tvam Prasanna Varada Bhava Shankaram Shankaracharyam केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागं पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेमदेवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। दुर्गासूक्तम्। ॐ जातवेतसे सुदवामसोममरातीयतो निदहादिवेदः स नः परिषदति दुर्गाणि विश्वानावेव सिन्धुं दुरितात्यग्निः तामग्निवर्णां तपसा ज्वलन्तीं वैरोचनीं कर्मफलेषु जुष्टां दुर्गां देवीं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये सुतरसितरसे नमः। अग्ने त्वं पारयानव्यो अस्मात्तस्पिभिरति दुर्गाणि विश्वा पूश्च पृथिवी बहुला न उर्वी भवा तोकायतनयाय शिंयोः विश्वानि नो दुर्गः जातवेदः सिन्धुन्ननाव दुरितादिपर्षि अग्ने अन्निवन्मनसा गृणानोऽस्माकं बोध्यवितातनूनाम् पृतनाजितकं सहमानमुग्रमग्निकुं हुवेम परमास्सदस्तात् स नः परिषदति दुर्गाणि विश्वाक्षामात्सामद्देवो अतिदुरितात्यग्निः प्रत्नोषिकमीढ्यो अध्वरेषु सनाच्च होता नव्यश्च सत्सि स्वाञ्चाग्ने तनुवं विप्रयस्वस्मभ्यं च सौभगमायजस्व गोभिर्जुष्टमयुजो निषिक्तं तवेन्द्रविष्णोरनुसञ्चरेम नाकस्य पृष्ठमपि संवसानो वैष्णवीं लोक इह मादयन्ताम् कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गे प्रचोदयात्. Okay. We are on the second chapter. Gaudapada wants to establish Jagan Mithyatvam or Jagat Vaithathyam. He wants to say, I, the subject, the Turiyam, is the only absolute reality. Paramarthika Satyam. Everything else which is an object, everything else which is experienced by me in time and space is not absolute. That idea that the world is not absolute reality is conveyed through the word mithya. In English, empirical reality or apparent reality or relative reality. It is real only from a particular standpoint. It is real only from a particular standpoint. We call it as Vyavaharika Satta. But when the standpoint is shifted, then it becomes irrelevant, meaningless. Just as the sunrise and sunset we talk about in America is very much sensible only from the standpoint of America. But the very same word sunrise and sunset, which is meaningful from our standpoint, will be different from India or Australia. Even the date becomes relative when you are in the two sides of the date line. There is an international date line. When you cross that line, you will have to adjust the time and date. Therefore, date and time is not an absolute reality. It is only from a particular standpoint. Similarly, you can talk about Amavasi, Paurnami from the earth standpoint. Suppose you landed on the moon, which day will be Paurnami? Paurnami is valid only when you are on the earth. And all these are called empirical reality. And Gaudapada wants to say, this waking world we experience can be called real only when you study the world from the standpoint of this physical body. When you look from this body standpoint, this Jagrat Prapancha is very, very real. And since the entire humanity is looking at the world only from their physical body standpoint, we all have a common reference. And as though this world is absolutely real, a relative reality becomes real when all of them have a common reference point. This is a beautiful idea, beautiful thought. to think about it. A relative reality becomes absolute reality when all people have the same reference point, namely the Sthula Shariram. That's why they said, no, if you repeat the bluff 10 times, it becomes true. Just like day and night is absolutely real if all of us are in New Jersey. The moment you talk to someone in different continent, the day and night you cannot use. Therefore, day and night also not absolute reality. Similarly, Gaudapada Acharya says, for the physical body, this prapancha is real. But if you shift from this physical body to dream physical body, this world has become unreal. Not only that, this world become unreal, but another world become more real. For the dream physical body, dream world becomes real. Thus, for each physical body, a particular world becomes real. But when the body is changed, the world of experience also changes. What Vedanta says, this world is real only through this physical body. Change this body, this world is no more real. Naturally, the question comes, then what is the definition of reality? Relative reality, we know it is a passing reality as per the Upadhi. Therefore, what is passing or changing cannot be absolutely real. Eternity is the definition of absolute reality. In the 6th verse, he gave the definition of absolute reality. Adavante chennasti vartamane pitattatha. 6th verse. That's a very important verse in Mandukya. Adavante chennasti vartamane pitattatha. That which was not there before, that which will not be there later, in the middle, if it appears, it is also as good as not there. Then there are a few different definitions were given, and they are all dismissed by Gauravacharya. So we saw 4 such definitions. We analyzed and dropped. The first one was, say, how the waking world is not real. There are 4 points raised. One person said utility. There is a utility value. Utility is reality. Gaudapada Acharya said utility is also relative. Jagrat Prapancha object have utility for Jagrat Shariram. Swapna Prapancha object have utility for Swapna Shariram. And both of them have no utility in the other Sharira, Sushupti. Therefore, utility is a definition of relative reality, not absolute reality. So, utility is also relative. Relative means what? Time bound. That cannot be real. What is the definition of reality? Trikala apadita vastu, satyam. That which is consistently present in all 3 periods of time. Waking, dream and deep sleep. All the 3 time. It is there. Then second point raised was externality. What is externally available is real. Dream is inside, waking is outside. That was the argument. That also Gaudapada Acharya said cannot be true. Jagrat Prapancha is external when you look from the Jagrat Prapancha standpoint. Swapna Prapancha is also external when you look from the Swapna Shariram standpoint. Therefore, externality is also relative. It is also not absolute reality. Third definition was objectivity is reality, meaning objectively available for all. Everyone sees the table, mic, etc. Therefore, what is available objectively for the entire humanity is taken as reality. Gaudapada Acharya says that is also not acceptable because in Swapna Prapancha is also objectively available for all the people within the dream. For example, in the dream you are attending Mandukya class, which never happened in our dream. We will be attending some kacheri and all that may be possible. Sudha, Raghunath kacheri. Or watching movie. There in the dream, the class and other students see me objectively, and the talks also is viewed objectively. Therefore, objectivity is also relative. The dream body, dream world is objective like waking body, waking world. That is objectivity. Now the fourth definition of was clarity is the last definition of reality. Clarity. It is clear. This world is so clear, whereas dream world is not that clear. Gaudapada Acharya says Jagrat Prapancha is clear from Jagrat Prapancha angle. Remember, Swapna Prapancha is very, very clear from Swapna Sharira angle. In fact, Jagrat Sharira is not even available in dream. Therefore, clarity is also relative, not absolute reality. From one angle it is clear, but another angle it is not clear. All definitions are acceptable to us as relative reality. In Sanskrit we say Vyavaharika Satyam. In Mandukya we are discussing Paramarthika Satyam. That eternity alone is reality is the view of Mandukya. And we saw up to this so far. We had to do a lot of rearrangement of the verses. After 6th we saw 8th, 7th, then 9th and 10th. Then we saw 14th and 15th. Except the 6th one, all other verses are suggestion coming from other school of people. Gaudapada Acharya does not accept these views. Now Gaudapada Acharya comes to our teaching, answering a question from other people. Now we are going back to 11th verse. Here a question raised by this person. Let us read the 11th verse. Okay. Upayorapi vai tathyam Vedanam sthanayor yadi ka etan buddhyate vedan ko vai tesham vikalpakaha upayorapi vaidhatyam vedanam sthanayor yati kayetan buddhyate bhedan ko vai tesham vikalpakaha. Here is a question raised by this person who looks very disturbed. Jagrat prapancha is like Swapna prapancha. Both are relative reality. In this conclusion, he is not very happy. This disturbs him. He says, whatever I see, you are dismissing as relative reality. These Vedantins are so unique. Even if the Lord Himself appear, even if a perceived Lord, they say it is relative. If God is perceived, that God is relative reality. In Kenopanishad it is said, Netam yaditam upasate, tave tadeva brahmatvam vidhi netam yaditam upasate. That alone is that Brahman, not what you are worshipping. Very straightforward. It completely shakes the students. Netam yatitam upasate. Whatever that I remember Gurudev's words also. He said, Krishna is not only in Guruvayur temple. That very Krishna is you. Turn inward. Seek Him. So, then this person asks, if everything we saw is relative reality, what is absolute reality? Whatever is eternal is absolute, if you say. I am not able to imagine eternality. Because whatever I imagine is relative. Scientific discoveries are non-eternal, and mystic experience also non-eternal. Then what is eternal? I doubt, is there anything at all as eternal reality? This is the question from the disturbed person. Gaudapadacharya says, Vedanta will disturb you initially. Upayoho Vedanam sthanayoho vaitathyam. You are dismissing everything which obtains in Swapna Prapancha and Jagrat Prapancha as mithya or vaitathyam. When you are dismissing Jagrat Avastha, you are discussing both the Vishwa, Jagrat Prapancha and Virat, the entire gross world. Similarly, when you dismiss Swapnavastha, you are dismissing the Taijasa, dream world, and Hiranyagarbha. Therefore, Kaha Tesham Vikalpakaha, who is the creator, projector of this relative world? What is the adhishthanam for this mithya? Whatever is mithya requires a satya adhishthanam. A changing reality requires a changeless substratum. Therefore, the question is kaha, why, tesham vikalpakaha, who is the projector? I can say the waker is the projector of the dream world. But if you say this world is also a projection, then I will ask, who is the projector of this world? And who is the knower or experiencer of this relative universe? In short, what is the substratum which is the absolute reality, for which Gaudapada Acharya is going to answer in verse number 12. Another important verse like 6th verse. Kalpayatyatmanatmanam Atma devasvamayaya Sayeva buddhyate vedani. Sayeva buddhyate vedan iti vedanta nishchayah. Kalpayatyatmanatmanam Atma devasvamayaya Sayeva buddhyate vedan iti vedanta nishchayah. Here, Gaudapada Acharya says, the absolute reality is you, the observer. The consciousness principle, because it is not a passing thing. Is the observer of all the three states. Only the I, the conscious principle, is available in all three states. Waking, dream, deep sleep, all the three are changing. But we are able to see the changing phenomena of the three. Because of what? There is a changeless substratum. That changeless substratum is me, the consciousness, the observer, witness. When I am identified with this physical body, I am a waker only temporarily. The moment the dream comes, the waker I passes away. I as a waker I is relative reality. Then I as the consciousness principle is eternal absolute reality. There are 4 principles about consciousness you should know. Number 1, consciousness is not a part, property or product of the body. Consciousness is not a part, property or product of the body. Number 2, consciousness is a separate entity pervading and blessing the body. Consciousness is a separate entity pervading and blessing the body. Number 3, consciousness is not limited by the boundaries of the body. Consciousness is not limited by the boundaries of the body. Number 4, and the consciousness continue even the body is non-functional, either temporarily or permanent, like sleep or death. Therefore, I, the consciousness, from my own standpoint, I am not Vishwa, Taijasa, Pratnya. Vishwa means waking, Taijasa means dream, Pratnya means deep sleep. I as the Turiyam, I am the absolute reality. I, the consciousness, through this physical body experiences this world, and the body goes away, this world also go away. But I continue to exist in dream. Through the dream body, I experience the dream world. But when the dream body and the dream world goes away, I, the consciousness, continue to be in deep sleep. Therefore, I, the consciousness, is neither waker, dreamer or sleeper. All the 3 are happening in me. I am not in them. In 7th chapter, Bhagavan said, seventh chapter, there is a verse, forgot. 9th chapter also it comes. They are in me, I am not in them. In fact, from my own real standpoint, nothing is in me, he says. Gita Bhagavan says that. When I am a waker, I am bound by time and space. But when I am a dreamer, I have a different time and space. Only when I operate through the body, time and space arrive. From my own standpoint, when there is no body medium functioning, there is no time, no space. I am beyond time and space. On the other hand, time and space located in me. In that I, there is no knower nor known duality. Duality requires body. In sleep itself, duality is not there. Therefore, who am I? That is why this Dvaitin, Visishtadvaitin, Advaitin, the difference is, Hanumanji gave this sloka in Ramayana. Deha buddhyatu dasoham. Jiva buddhyat tvadamsakaha. Atma buddhyat tvamevaham. See, what a beautiful analysis. So, from the standpoint of the body, when I look at you, O Lord, I am your dasa, you are my master. From Jiva standpoint, I am part of you. Tad amshakaha. Amshamshi bhava is Visishtadvaita. From the standpoint of Atma, Tattvamasi, you and me, there is no difference. So all these differences are from which standpoint you are looking at the truth. In that I, there is no knower nor known duality. Duality requires body. So, na anta pratnyam na bahis pratnyam no bhayata pratnyam pratnyanakhanam. 7th verse in Agava, 1st chapter, 7th mantra of the Mandukya Upanishad. Therefore, Gaudapadacharya says, I, the Turiya Atma, is the absolute reality. So, Mandukya, it should be absorbed slowly. Don't jump. Otherwise, you go crazy. That's why. I don't want you to just go crazy. Suddenly he says, all these are useless. Waking is not real. Dream is not real. Deep sleep is not real. Nothing is real. So then you start thinking, what is the meaning of life? Why are we living? As a thought comes. But with this understanding, he'll come back to life later. He'll bring back. Because when you understand this, then the life becomes a joy. A play, everything becomes a joy, no tragedy. If you don't know this, everything is a tragedy. Even at the face of tragedy, you will be able to laugh. There's a story in the Himalayas. The sadhu was taken by a tiger. In the mouth of the tiger, the sadhu is telling, Aham Brahmasmi. That is the greatness of this Vidya. And after knowing this I in the green room, put on the dress as Vishwa, father, mother. Put on the Vishwam Taijasa. We are not against your Vishwa Taijasa role. Play the role well, and then only the drama will go on. But don't get lost in the role. Know that this is only an act. Therefore, Gaudapadacharya says, Atma Deva Kalpayati. I, the Turiya, alone have got the power called Maya. And when I choose to operate the Maya, I called Ishvara. Minus the Maya, I am called Turiyam. As Prajna Ishvara, I create Jagrat Prapancha and become Vishwa. And then create Swapna Prapancha and become Taijasa. Thus, Vishwa and Taijasa are my own projection. When I set aside Maya, I am Turiyam. Therefore, he says, Atma Devaha Devaha. Here means Chaitanyam, Swayam Jyotis Swabhavaha Devaha. Devaha means Dyotanatmikam Deva, self-shining. All devatas have self-shining, it seems. This I, the Atma, Kalpayati, project a world out of myself. I don't require any raw material from outside. That's why material cause is also Bhagavan. Abhinna nimitta upadana karanam. Therefore, I project myself by myself. Atma kalpayati. Out of whom? Atmana, by myself. Whom do I project? Atmanam, myself. I am the subject, I am the object, and I am the instrument also. There is no instrument. See, for every other production, you need three things. One is the intelligent cause, another is material cause, then there is a third one, instrumental cause. All the three are different. Kulala is different from clay. Kulala and clay both are different from the potter's wheel, isn't it? But in this creation of the world, the three are not three different. He himself is all the three. Now, if you have any doubt, example is dream. In your dream, the material is you. Who is the intelligent cause? Also you. Where is the instrumental cause? All the three are you. I tell you, Vedanta cannot be explained without dream. Gaudapadacharya says, not only dream world is your creation, but this waking world also is your creation. Yeah, generally we say the waking world is created by the Lord. Bhagwan ka creation hai. Now, from which standpoint he is telling? From the absolute standpoint. So, Nirguna Brahma, the Brahman standpoint, and that Brahman is you. That is the point. So, from that standpoint, he say you are the creator. That's why in Kaivalya Upanishad there is a mantra, Mayyeva Sakalam Jatam, Mai Sarvam Pratishtitam. Mai Sarvam Pratishtitam. Mayi eva layam yati. So from me alone everything has come. From me alone everything is, in me alone everything is existing. In me alone everything dissolves. That's why in Saddarshanam, Diya sahodedi diyastameti Lokastato vedhi pratibhasya yeshaha. Diya sahodeti. Ramana Maharshi says in Saddarshanam, the whole world rises, but thought rises. Diya sahaha udeti. Di means buddhi. See, morning getting up, what happens? For few seconds there is no thought. But slowly thought comes. Today is Monday. Oh. Then the whole world rises. And when you go to sleep, what? Thought has gone. So, astam eti. The world also disappears. So, the whole world is what? He says. Nothing but thoughts. Therefore, Swamayaya, that creative Maya, when I operate through Maya, I am called Saguna Ishvara. If you understand properly, then I, the Turiyam, is everything. In the Upanishad, every Jnani has declared that I am God. Even in Bible it is said, be still and know that I am God. He said that. But but the devotees or the disciples or the followers, they say, it was given by Christ and therefore Christ alone is God. Christ says, I am God, right? So he is telling the latest Vedantic truth. But Vedanta says, every one of us can say, I am God. Gaudapadacharya says, Sayeva Bhedan Buddhyate. No other religion will give you this. They consider it is a blasphemy. It is egoistic, they say. How dare you say you are God? But Vedanta fearlessly say, Gaudapadacharya says, Sayeva Bhedan Buddhyate. And that Atma alone, having created this universe, comes down to the universe as the observer, become Vishwa. Like in dream, I myself project the dream world, and I myself become one of them and become the enjoyer of the dream world. So, who is enjoying the waking world? Bhagavan. And what are the objects? Also Bhagavan. This Leela, if you are able to see, then you can enjoy life. Hence, I myself has taken avatar, Vedan, object of this world, Buddhyate, observe. Now, how do I know this Turiyam? The problem is, the moment you want to know, you become Pramata. And whatever you used to know become Pramanam. And whatever you know will be Prameyam. And that Prameyam will be finite. Prameyam is what? Object. You become knower. And to know, you have to use an instrument called Buddhi. And using the Buddhi, you come to know an object. That object become what? Time bound, finite. So therefore, you cannot know Turiyam as an object. Turiyam is you. Aham, aham. Idi Vedanta Nischaya. So when you look at yourself, the consciousness principle, I, without being a knower, I am. Don't say anything more. The moment you say I am so and so, gone. That state is your state. The illuminator of all absence of experiences is the I. Vishesha Vijnana Rahita Samanya Chaitanyam. The witness of your silence, we saw that. Omkara, Akara, Ukara, Makara. And Amatra. So when you chant Om, between the two Om, there is a silence. Silence is not the destination. The witness of silence. How do you know the mind is silent? You are aware. Now the mind is silent. That awareness is the goal, not silent. I, the consciousness principle, free from any particular knowledge. It is available all the time. Not depend upon Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And relative roles should not affect my absolute status. It is not depending upon what you are doing. You may be cooking, you are doing whatever activities you do, but what is that? You are there. Pashyan, Sranvan, Sprishan, Jigran, Ashnan, Gachan, Sopan, Soshan, Pralapan, Visarjan, Grinnan, Unmishan, Nimishan, Nabi, Indriyan, Indriyartheshu Vartanda iti Dharayan. 5th chapter, Gita. You do whatever you want in this world. It is not that only in the meditation seat I am with myself. No. You are with yourself all the time. That's why somebody came and asked Gurudev, how many hours you meditate, Swamiji? Only 24 hours, he said. So, relative role should not affect my absolute status. If it affects, then the absolute becomes relative. So, you cannot say only sannyasi can attain moksha. Then what happened? Moksha become limited, isn't it? Grihastha also can attain moksha, brahmacharya also can attain moksha. Anybody, any time, any condition. So Vishwa cannot displace my turiya state. All right, we stop here. So we have seen 14 verse, right? So we have to take 13th also. 13. From 13 we'll go to 16 verse. Anyway, we'll give you a break now. By the time you come back, you will forget, I know. I'll repeat it shamelessly. Very good. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om. But during these 2 months, do practice this. That everything is relative.